You talk about the edge there, and Declan Quill, the Kerry joint manager, said in his press conference, Dublin won the game fair and square. He also remarked there were cynical fouls by our team. What would you say to that?
So, this opens up a completely different debate because realistically, and I've watched the game back probably 5 or 6 times at this stage, we competed for every single ball in every single area of the field, which is exactly what you would want your Warriors to do. So cynical is a term, somebody uses the word cynical and it gets thrown out and it's almost, we take it as if, oh yeah, that's cynical. But what is cynical? What do we actually see as cynical? So my interpretation of cynical is when someone's bearing down on goal and they're pulled to the ground. That's cynical. You've taken them out to stop them scoring a goal. So there should be a punishment for that. And realistically, obviously, the black card came into the lads' game in order to stop that type of stuff because obviously with the Sean Kavanagh situation. So in our game, if you look, and there was a lot said after the game about the numbers of fouls and whatever else, every single ball that we go for, we contest for. And if an opponent has the ball and they hold it in their arm in the ladies' game, you're not allowed tackle the ball until it comes out of their body. So that means every other aspect of the game they have to get right in order to implement that rule. So if you take 4 steps and you hold the ball into your body, we're not allowed to tackle the ball. On the 5th step, if you're still holding the ball into your body, well, you're now breaking the rules because you're only allowed 4 steps. So if we tackle the ball, are we now not allowed to tackle the ball? Because the rule states you're only allowed 4 steps. So if you implement the 4-step rule and you're not allowed to tackle the ball until it's released, that's fine, we'll deal with that. But on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th step, what happens now? So there's another aspect of it, right? If I hold the ball into my body and I fend you off with my hand and you try to tackle the ball and now we're grappling, well, who's the transgressor now? The person carrying the ball or the person trying to tackle the ball? So if you look at the frees that we conceded during the course of the game, I would say to you 90% of them were in that category. So look, the 2 lads in charge of Kerry are good lads and they brought that team a whole heap. They brought them themselves. They were in the doldrums when they took them over. I can only imagine the hurt and they've lost. I wasn't there for our 3-in-a-row team when they lost, but ultimately, one of those All-Ireland finals, our group lost. Carla Rowe scored a point that was deemed to be wide, and there was no talk after the game of anything, So I'd say the lads probably will reflect, and they're probably disappointed that, they gave out because it wouldn't be the Kerry way. And ultimately, cynicism, like if you're going to throw out the word cynicism, back it up with stuff that really makes sense.